Right, I thought it's about time for a bit of an epic recap and catch up, because I think it's been about 1,000,000 years the last time I updated on anything. I didn't disappear off the face of the planet. I was applying for my uni stuff and I had a giant application form and references and informal interviews and an entrance essay to write for Birkbeck. So it's been a bit kind of like, oh my god, mega panic, crazy, get all of this done. At the same time, I went to the Asylum 10 convention and I had a dress to make and I had things to organise for that. And when I wasn't doing all of that, I was actually trying to spend time with my boyfriend. Yeah, he's still got my boyfriend. And it all just got a bit like, oh my god, so much is going on. But you know what? I have been watching loads of stuff and have so much to tell you guys. For one, I've been watching some of the new animes that have come out. My absolute love. And if there's one anime you watch this year, make it Attack on Titan. It's absolutely amazing. It also goes by the name of Kyojin. It's the new thing. It is harsh and gritty and in your face, but every episode so far has ended with like an, oh my god, they can't just do that. It's phenomenal. It's wonderfully filmed. The characters are interesting and it's completely unpredictable. Like, it doesn't have any of the cliches or the patterns of any anime or Western TV show. It just is a pure force of fantastic storytelling. I mean, it's set in a world where humanity all seems to be living in a walled-off city. There's like 3 stages of walls, and these titans, these giant people-like things, are trying to get through the walls, and if they do, well, then they're going to eat you. And not in a like, in a like horrific, I've just ripped your head off, blood is everywhere, I have chomped your things, people are dying, the misery, the horror, the intensity. I mean, yeah, it's one of the most violent animes that's come out in years. I think the last thing that I sat there going, whoa, was Dead Man Wonderland. But like Dead Man Wonderland, very strong characterizations and just such a gripping plot. It's something else. Other things I've watching is, of course, I've watched Prince no to Uta Sama 2000% Magi Love. Basically, there's 6 hot guys and they sing in a band, and that's pretty much the plot. I like the first series. It's now the second series. I think they're introducing a 7th hot guy to the mix. Oh my goodness, 7 hot guys in a band. What more to love? I've also caught up on some older stuff. I started watching The Daily Life of High School Boys, which is hilarious. It literally is what it says on the tin. There's 3 high school boys and their lives aren't that interesting, so they just kind of mess about and be silly, and lots of inner dialogues which are completely appropriate to kind of like the teen problems and the just like lack of much else to do with their lives. I don't know why it's so funny. It just really hit a nerve and it's hilarious. Cuticle Detective Inaba, along the lines of Excel Saga, in the fact that it's completely whacked out crazy and makes no real sense and things happen that should never happen really, but it's so off the wall that you kind of just go, yeah, why shouldn't the leader of the mafia family be a goat who likes to eat money and therefore is robbing all the banks in Japan? And why not the police dogs actually be people that can change into werewolves and sniff hair to find clues? It makes perfect sense. It's completely off the wall. It's completely and totally gay. It's just like, you know, from the cross-dressing to the just all the crazy man love to it's just so over the top. It's just so silly. But the thing is, because it's so funny, you kind of forget that all the characters are male and slightly gay, and just get caught up in the, why are they this silly? Why are they this redonkulously funny? I mean, I really enjoyed it. Watched Persona 4, which I got into, then I started going off it, and then I kind of liked it in the end. It was okay. Apparently the game is a lot better, but I've not played any of the Persona games. I like the idea of having personas. I wasn't really as grasped by any of the characters, and I don't know, it was an interesting idea, it was nicely told, but I had absolutely no affinity for the main character, and when you don't, like, root for the main character, he's just like, he's okay. I don't really quite get what his personality type is. He just seems to be a bit vapid and uninteresting. You know, it's hard to really kind of feel part of it. So it was good, but I wouldn't rush off to see it or recommend it too much. I've watched the first episode of a series called Valvarv, which is a bit like, imagine Code Geass mixed with Gundam and vampires. It's like, it's got a little bit of a weird, I don't quite know why piloting this giant mecha makes you want to bite people, but apparently it does. It's pretty good, I like it. And there's a LZSY, I can't pronounce the second part, but it's another mecha one, which seems quite interesting. Race of perfect humanoids flying across the galaxy, fighting off evil army that's trying to invade their sector of space. One guy gets a bit lost in a wormhole, flung out the other side, wakes up on a world that may or may not be Earth, which was meant to be lost centuries ago. And now he's a bit like, what the hell? Like, I am a clone perfection from this army that has been fighting deep space monsters, and now I'm stuck on what could possibly be Earth. Quite liked that. What else have I watched? There's been lots of little bits and random. Amnesia, 4 hot guys in a cafe. That was pretty much what I got from the first episode, but it's 4 hot guys in a cafe. Again, I like my bishies as much as I like my violence, so that's another show to look out for. On normal television, well, I say normal television, on Western television, I have been watching all my TV shows, which are all variously just like ticking off the list of ending. Once Upon a Time, second series ended. Oh my god, cliffhanger. Oh my god, going to Neverland. Tag team of all the awesome characters going to Neverland. And my Rumpel Bell love got reunited. That was brilliant. I watched the last episode of Revenge. Oh my god. I mean, more conspiracy, twisty. But by the end of Revenge, when there was proper like, oh my god, terrorist attacks and hacker manipulation and murders and everything was hitting the fan, really. I mean, I couldn't believe they killed off a major character. Another character might be dead. Nolan has been taken in by the FBI and framed as a terrorist. A building actually blew up. And there's another legitimate child that's turned up. It's all quite intense. Revenge was very good. Then it was, what else was it? The last episode of Supernatural. Oh my god, the angels are falling like shitting hell. Like, that was a bit intense. I'm like, Castiel's got no grace, and the angels have all been kicked out of heaven and are actually slowly falling to earth and having their wings ripped off, like by fire as they fall to earth. I'm just like, oh my god, that was a bit intense. I wasn't expecting it to be quite so like, that was a bit in my face. What other shows have there been? Seems like, the end of Spartacus. Oh my god, I cried so much. I mean, we all knew how it was going to end. We know that they nailed them all up along the path, and we know that Spartacus himself was going to die. It's historical fact. They weren't going to suddenly make an offshoot that Spartacus didn't die and randomly lived to safety. But it was very powerful. I mean, I still think there should be an offshoot series based on now Caesar, because his character was so, like, well developed, but at the same time, they didn't fully end that arc. It was just kind of like, hi, I'm someone else, and I've come in and taken the credit for this. You main characters of this series, ha ha ha. Okay. But it's been these guys since the beginning of the series. I followed them. Now they're just kind of secondary and off they go. Never mind. The best thing about Spartacus is Agron and Nicaea survived the whole thing. Yay to Nagron! My beautiful, beautiful gay couple in television survived the whole thing. This is a bloody rarity, because gay couples always get killed off in these dramas. From, like, Torchwood to the original Spartacuses, like, it's just like, ooh, gay love, they can't survive this, because it'd be so much more tragic if they died. No, they got to live happily ever after. Little fangirl heart going, yippee, so much happy. I've got a couple of other shows that I'm watching that haven't ended yet. A few more episodes to go here and there, so I'll catch up on them. Other things I've watched, obviously Iron Man 3, which was amazing. I still like the second one better, but what I love about Iron Man 3 is the fact that it was about Tony Stark. It wasn't just about Iron Man, it was about him as a human and how he survives and how genius he is, and all the neuroticas and all the stuff left over from the damage done to him, like physically and mentally, from the events in Avengers. I really liked that aspect of it. I also love the twist of the Mandarin being an actor from Croydon, but then I'm British, so maybe I just found that more amusing than other people did. I apologise now, I think I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm going to continue talking. Oh goodness, I might sneeze at any moment. Then Star Trek film, absolutely adored the Star Trek film. I mean, we all knew he was going to be Khan. It wasn't the biggest of reveals when he goes, I'm called God, and you're like, yes, we kind of knew that. But I like the reversal on the original Star Trek film. It's like how Spock ended up doing what Kirk did, and Kirk ended up doing what Spock, and they even said, like, it's because that's what you would have done, that's what you would have done. I liked that. I liked the fact that it homaged the original. I love the fact that the Klingons are in it. I didn't know the Klingons were going to be in it, and I love the new look Klingons. I really think their designs are really good. So fingers crossed, third movie, Klingons, because they were well done. I mean, the visuals for it, the scoring was fantastic. Absolutely beautiful. That kind of silent scoring bit they did for Noel Clarke's character going and meeting Benjamin Cumberbatch and getting the thing and then going to the thing and doing the act of terrorism. Beautiful piece of scoring, absolutely fantastic. All round, really just good film. It had lots of exciting set pieces. It was fun to watch, and it felt like Star Trek to me. And I like that there was lots of Simon Pegg. There's going to be so many films coming out this year. I'm getting a bit overexcited. We've got Pacific Rim coming out, which I'm very excited because this marks the door to there being a concept of Mecca in the Western world. The Pacific Rim does well. It will give people the chance to actually, who have bought the rights to a lot of Mecca things, to bring them across and actually with the budget and the audience for them to really promote the Mecca genre, because I love the Mecca genre. And outside of Japan, it's not really it's never been done outside of Japan. It's barely been done in Japan, but technology is finally caught up with us that we can do it some justice. Obviously, we've got Wolverine coming up. Very excited. It's Wolverine, and it's the art when he's in Japan. What could be better for me? Catching Fire. I adore the Hunger Games trilogy. It's a wonderful book, so I'm very excited about the second film. I mean, there's so much coming out. I won't say them all now because otherwise I'll have nothing to talk about in a later date. But I just wanted to catch up with you all and let you know that I'm still watching all the films in the world, and I'm still being epically geeky at Collectomania this weekend, and then it'll be the Terracotta Film Festival in London. So you better be going there because some of the amazing sounding Southeast Asian cinemas films, in fact, will be shown at the Prince Charles Cinema in June. It's going to be a wonderful event. But that's it for now. I'm going to sign off and hope you all are well. Obviously, you can catch me at Lone Dreamer Yowie on Twitter and at the LZSY Facebook group. Bye for now.